Hello students, welcome to my class. Today we are going to discuss few questions related to your first chapter. So let's start the battle. Now look at my first question is, and this question carry 1 mark only. That is the simple explanation. Define law of multiple proportion. We have to give the answer according to the weightage of the question. If it carry 1 marks, so we do not need to explain these things, just write the statement. Clear? Now I am writing here. Right, question number 1. Now one portion left, then start from here. Clear? Now what is law of multiple proportion? According to this law, when two or more different atoms, generally we take 2 atoms. We can write here when 2 atoms, or when 2 or more different atoms combine, they can form, wait for a moment, they can form more than one type of compound, or you can say more than one type of product. Then the fixed mass of one atom which wait for a moment, then the mass of one atom, then mass of one atom which combine with the fixed mass of another atom in their compound. Clear? Again I am writing, when 2 or more different atoms combine, they can form more than one type of compounds, or we can say more than one type of product. Then mass of one atom which combine with the fixed mass of another atom in their respective compounds bear a simple ratio by mass. Clear to you? Which combine with the fixed mass of another atom in their respective compound bear a simple ratio by mass, or you can say do not need to use the mass, bear a simple ratio. This is a 1 mark question, so we do not need to give the example. But if it is more than 1 marks of question, that is 2 or 3 marks, then what you will first write the statement, then give an example. I am moving here, check it out what I am telling. The example is like this. That is, if I take carbon and oxygen, 2 different atoms, when they combine CO2 and carbon monoxide. Clear? The mass here 12 and 32 and 12 and 16. Am I right? The masses, the variable masses of one atom which combine the fixed mass of another atom in their respective compound bear a simple ratio. 32 upon 16. Look at 2 tends to 1. This is the statement. And statement depends on your on the theory. You can modify your statement, but the output is this the things. Clear? This is the 1 marks question. If 1 marks, just write the statement. If more than 1 marks, then also give the example. Clear? Now I am going to rub this part and we'll discuss the next one. Wait for a moment, friend. Now, the next question is define 1 mole and 1 AMU. This is a 1 marks question. So, simply write here, put here solution. Yes, sir. That is, sir, 1 mole is equal to 6.022 into 10 to the power 23 units. Units may be atom, may be molecules, may be electron, may be proton, or anything else. Or you can say 1 mole is defined as the number of atoms present in 12 gram of C12. Number of atoms present in 12 gram of C12. Am I right? Yes, sir. Now, again, the next part of the question is given here 1 AMU, that is the atomic mass unit. 1 AMU is equal to 1 by 12 multiply mass of 1 atom of C12. Clear to you? If there is a 1 marks question, then enough. This one and this one enough. Total 0.5 and 0.5, total 1. But if there is a more than 1 marks, then also write this one. And also here 1 by 12 multiply 1.99 into 10 to the power minus 23 gram, which will be equal to 1.66 into 10 to the power minus 24 gram. This is the relation between 1 AMU and gram. For 1 marks, this and this is enough. For more than 1 mark, complete explanation required. That is for 2 or 3 marks question. Clear? Now I am going to rub this part and we'll discuss the next one. Wait for a moment. Clear, friend? Now let's move to the next segment, that is the question number 3. This is the 2 marks question and the calculative type. Now look at what is given here. Read the question. Calculate the molarity of a solution of ethanol. What we need to find? Molarity. Molarity. So put here molarity we need to find, that is question mark. Then what is given here? In water, in which the mole fraction of ethanol is 0.040. That is definitely there is a maximum quantity of water, that is the solution is dilute. That is the solution we can consider generally 1 liter solution, because molarity is equal to number of moles per liter, and 1 liter solution means there is a presence of 1 liter of water. That is the 1 liter water equal to, we can say 1000 gram. Clear? That is the definition. Now put here mole fraction of ethanol here is 0.040. Clear? Now what is the formula of molarity? That is number of moles of solute upon volume of solution in liter. Am I right? Yes, sir. That is, we need to find the number of moles of ethanol. Yes, sir. That is the prime concern. Now, data is given, that is the mole fraction of ethanol. It will be equal to Na upon Na plus Nb. Na is equal to number of moles of ethanol and Nb is equal to number of moles of water. As the solution, and its value is 0.040, that is Na upon Na plus Nb. As we know, the solution is dilute, and suppose the solution is 1 liter, has volume 1 liter, that is the dilute, and this is the quantity of water, and quantity of water here 1 liter almost equivalent to, we can say, sir, 1000 gram. Yes sir. Now what will happen, that is the given mass is 1000 and the molar mass of water is 18. So number of moles of water Nb is equal to 1000 upon 18, that is around 55.55 moles. Am I right? We have taken 1 liter as a standard because here volume of solution in liter, that is 1, and now we need to find Na. How to find Na? Check it out. It's very simple. Now put the value 0.040 is equal to Na upon Na plus Nb. Nb is 55.55 moles, or you can say 55.5. After solving this, we get Na. Suppose Na is equal to X. So we can say the molarity is equal to X upon M, that is X mole per liter, because the standard things we have taken 1 liter. This is the standard. When volume is not given, taken is 1, because we get the value of X. This Na decide the molarity. So after calculation, you can easily solve this question. This is very simple question. Clear? I think now you can easily solve. That is Na is equal to X, M is equal to X upon 1, that is X mole. From where we get X? By solving this data. Now I am going to rub this part, friend, and we'll discuss the next part of the question. Wait for a moment. Now let's move to the next question, question number 4. Now how many significants should be present in the given? Count each and every calculation. Here number of significant figure is 4, here the number of significant figure is 5, here the number of significant figure is 3, clear to you, 0.112, and here the number of significant figure is 4. So after solving, given here how many significant figure should be present in the answer. As we know, if there is a multiplication and division, then what will happen? Count the number of significant figure. The data which contain the lesser number of significant figure will be the that is the answer will contain that much amount of significant figure. If we multiply in first data, that is 4, 5, 3 and 4, but this one contain only 3 significant figure, so it will influence the number of significant figure of the answer. So the after multiplying, if we get the value anything 4.4990, 5.880, but we have to take only 3 because this is the least one. So in this case the number of significant figure is 3. Now check it out. In this case, this is an exact figure, so we will not consider it. Any calculation, if there is an exact figure, then we do not need to consider. Now next consider, it contains 4 significant figure. That is definitely the answer will contain 4 significant figure. Yes sir, definitely. Now in this case, it contains, now in case of addition and subtraction, what did I tell? That is, in case of addition and subtraction, take the things after point, decimal. here the number 4, here the number 4, here the number 4. So the answer will contain the 4 significant figure. Clear? Again I am repeating, in case of subtraction and addition, we include these digits, that is after decimal. But in multiplication, we include all the digit, all the significant figure. Clear? I think now you can easily solve such kind of question. Now I am going to rub this part and we'll discuss the next segment, what is given here. Check it out. The next one is question number 5. Read the question carefully. This is 3 marks question, so we need proper explanation. Look at the question. A sample of drinking water was found to be severely contaminated with chloroform. What is the formula? Chloroform CHCl3. Supposed to be carcinogen. The level of contamination was 15 ppm by mass. Express this in percent by mass. Clear? Express this in percent by mass. So let's start the solution. How to solve? Write here solution. Put here question number 1. Listen carefully what I am telling. 15 ppm means 15 gram in 1 million, that is 10 to the power 6 parts. That this mean? That is the mass percentage, that is percent by mass, will be equal to 15, yes sir, upon 10 to the power 6 multiply by 100. This is the conclusion. We put 15 into 10 to the power minus 4, that is 1.5 into 10 to the power minus 3. This is the answer. So simple. Now the next part, what is given here, check it out. Determine the molarity of chloroform in the water sample. What is given here? Molarity. So simple. 100 molarity, that is 100 gram sample, listen carefully, 100 gram sample contains 1.5 into 10 to the power minus 3. Clear? Gram. So 1000 gram sample will contain, wait for a moment, will contain, that is 1.5 into 10 to the power minus 2 gram. Am I right? And we know why 1000 gram, because molality is equal to number of moles upon weight of solvent in kg. So kg, that means 1 kg is equal to 1000 gram. Clear? Now we got the given mass, and as we know the molar mass of CHCl3 will be equal to 12 plus 1 plus 35.5 into 3. So 12 plus 1 13 plus 35.5 into 3 9, 5 3 15, 3 3 9 or 1 10. That is 105.9. Wait for a moment. 35.5, 5 3 15. Pardon friend. 5 3 15, 5 3 15 or 1 16, 3 3 9, 106.5. Clear to you? Put here 106.5. Now add them. What will happen? Sir, 1119.5 gram. We got the molar mass, we got the given mass. Now what to do? Molality. Molality is equal to number of moles upon weight of solvent in kg. Here the number of moles equal to given mass, that is 1.5 into 10 to the power minus 2 upon molar mass, that is 111.5 gram. Clear? This is the number of moles, and what we have taken as a standard, that is weight of solvent in kg, that is 1. Put here 1. After solving, you get the value of molality. This is a simple question. Think on it. Definitely you will solve such kind of questions. Now I am going to rub this part and we'll discuss the next question. One more thing I have to mention here, that is, this is molality, not molarity. It's better to write molality. Still, if you want to find molarity, not a issue. Wait for a moment. If you want to get molarity, then take it as a 1000 gram sample, that is, it will be equivalent to 1 liter water here. So molarity is equal to, just modified here, m is equal to Na upon V, and V is equal to 1 liter. So better to write like this, m is equal to Na upon V, V is equal to 1 liter. 1 liter is equal to 1000 gram in case of water sample. Clear to you? So this is the condition. Now put here capital M. So capital M is equal to Na upon V. So we do not need to modify, we do not need to find out the molality, because molality there is some modification required. Because why some modification required? Because we have to subtract the 1000 minus 1.5 into 10 to the power minus 2. It will be equivalent to 1. So there is not such difference in this case. Clear? Now I am going to rub this part and we'll discuss the next question. Wait for a moment. Now, the next one is question number 6. Calculate the number of atom in each of the following, that is 52 moles of helium. Clear to you? 52 moles of helium. Number of atoms. As we know, 1 mole contains 6.022 into 10 to the power 23 atoms. Yes, sir. So what will the case, that is in case of 52 mole, that is 52 multiply 6.022 into 10 to the power 23 atoms. Am I right? Yes, sir. You are absolutely right. Now the next question is 52 unit of helium. As we know, 4U AMU is equal to 1 atom of helium. Remember this? Yes, sir. So 52U or AMU is equal to, what will happen? 52 divided by 4 multiply by 1 atom of helium. That will be equal to 13 atoms of helium. Clear? Now let's move to the next one. The next one is, that is the third one, 52 gram of helium. That is the things. As we know, molar atomic mass of helium 4 gram. 4 gram is equal to 1 mole. Yes, sir. So 52 gram will be equal to 52 upon 4 multiply 1 mole, that is 13 mole. Am I right? 1 mole contains 6.022 into 10 to the power 23 atom. So 13 mole will contain 13 multiply 6.022 into 10 to the power 23 atom. This is the complete explanation of this question. Clear? Now moving here and going to rub this part and we'll discuss the next one. Wait for a moment. So let's move to the question number 7. This is a 4 marks question. Read the question carefully what is given here. Chlorine is prepared in the laboratory by treating manganese dioxide with aqueous hydrochloric acid. Okay, how many gram of HCl react with 55 gram of magnesium dioxide? Atomic mass of Mn is 55 U. Very simple. How many gram of HCl? Now what to do? First of all, write the equation, that is 4 HCl aqueous format, clear to you, plus MnO2, that is in a solid format, which gives you 2H2O plus MnCl2 plus Cl2. This is the equation. Now look at by this statement given here. 4 mole HCl combined with 1 mole of MnO2. Yes sir. Clear? What is given? 4 mole HCl combined with 1 mole MnO2. And 1 mole is how many mass here? That is Mn is 55 plus 2 into 16. That is 55 plus 32. That is 5 to 7, 5, 3, 87 gram MnO2. Now in question given here 5 gram. Now very simple, 87 gram MnO2 require 4 mole, that is 4 into 36.5 gram HCl. From where this 36.5 gram comes? So is very simple, HCl 1 plus 35.5, this is the molar mass, equal to 36.5 gram. Clear? Now according to the question, 5 gram MnO2 combines with 4 into 36.5 divided by 5 multiply by 4 multiply 56.5 multiply by 5 divided by 87 gram HCl. After solving this, we get the answer. This is a simple question. If you have command over, if you have a grip over the question, you can easily solve such kind of question. Check it out. That is how many grams of HCl react with this. Clear to you? Now I am going to rub this part and we'll discuss the next one, next question. Wait for a moment, friend. Give me few seconds so that you can easily understand these questions. Now, let's question number 8. Dinitrogen and dihydrogen react with each other. This is the 5 marks question. According to the equation, okay. Calculate the mass of ammonia produced when 2 into 10 to the power 3 gram dinitrogen react with 1 into 10 to the power 3 gram dihydrogen. Now how to solve the question? Listen carefully. The reaction is N2 plus 3H2, which gives you 2NH3. Am I right? Yes sir. Now in this case, first we have to find the limiting reagent. Clear? Here is given 1 mole and 3 mole. That is 1 mole N2 combines with 3 mole of H2. The mass of 1 mole, that is the 28 gram N2 combined with 6 gram of H2, because 3 into 2, mass of H2 is 6. Now here is given 2 into 10 to the power 3, that is 2000. 2000 gram N2 combined with 2000 multiplied by 6 divided by 28. Am I right? 2 3s are 6 divided by 14. That is, it will be 1000 here. upon 7. Now 3000 upon 7. Divide this 3000 upon 7. What will happen in this case? 7 4s are 28. 2 7 2s are 14. That is 6. 7 8s are clear to you? Check it out. Yeah. 7 8s are 56. 4 7 5s are 35. That is around 428.6 gram hydrogen. Clear? That is 2000 gram nitrogen require 428.6 gram of H2. But here is given 1000 gram of H2. Now what to do in this case? Tell me. That is H2 is in a excess quantity. So we people say in this case N2 is limiting reagent. Clear to you? And it will decide the quantity of product. Now what will happen? Look at that is 28 gram N2 gives you 2 into 17 gram NH3. So 2000 gram N2 will give you 2000 multiply 34 divided by 28 gram NH3. This is the answer of the first part. Am I right? Yes, sir. Now the next one is, what is, if yes, which one and what would be its mass? That is, will any of the two reactant remain unreacted? Yes. Which one will remain unreacted? That is H2, because it is excess reagent. Excess reagent. Clear to you? So what is the mass, or what would be its mass? That is the unreacted mass. Unreacted mass of H2 will be equal to 1000 and the reacted mass is around 428. If my calculation is correct, I hope my calculation is correct over here. So 428.6. After subtracting, we get the answer. This question looks very, very tough. You can easily solve such kind of questions. I am giving you few seconds to note it down. So I think, friend, you have noted it down, and these are the complete solution. Read the question carefully. Definitely you will solve such kind of question. This is a 5 marks question. So this one is the first part, that is N2 is the limiting reagent. This one is second and this one is third part. Now I am going to rub this part and we'll discuss the next question. What is the next question? Check it out. Now, next question is, a welding fuel gas. Generally we know the welding fuel gas is H2O2. The answer will be acetylene, we know. But question here, a welding fuel gas contains carbon and hydrogen. Burning a small sample of it in oxygen gives 3.38 gram carbon dioxide, okay, and 0.690 gram of water and no other product. A volume of 10 liter of this welding gas is found to weighing 11.6 gram. Calculate the empirical formula, molar mass and the molecular formula. Okay, so this is one of the biggest question. Check it out what I am telling. The solution. Now read the question carefully. It contains 3.38 gram of carbon dioxide. That is the mass of carbon in 3.38 gram of CO2. That is the question. How to find the mass of carbon in 3.38 gram of CO2? Listen carefully. As we know, in CO2, that is 12 gram of CO2 present in 44 gram. That is, we can write here directly. Molar mass of CO2 is 44. 44 gram CO2 contains 12 gram of carbon. Yes. So 3.38 gram CO2 will contain, what is 3.38 multiplied by 12 divided by 44. Clear to you? Now 22, that is 11. Clear? Now 3.38 multiplied by 3 divided by 11. It will be around 0.92 gram. Am I right? Yes, sir. Now moving here. Now, and 0.690 gram of water. The next part, look at carefully. 18 gram of water contains 2 gram of hydrogen. Yes, sir. So 0.690 gram water will contain 2 into 0.690 divided by 18. Am I right? Yes, sir. That is, it will be equal to 0.07. Clear? 0.07 gram. Now, as we know, in the compound, there is only carbon and hydrogen given in the question. So, what is the total mass of the compound? Total mass of the compound will be equal to 0.92 and 0.07. It will be around 0.99 gram. Yes, sir, you are absolutely right. So, in this compound, there is only carbon and hydrogen. So, what is the percentage of carbon? That will be equal to mass of carbon 0.92 upon 0.99 multiplied by 100. It is almost equal to 92.3%. That my calculation says. Clear to you? And the percentage of hydrogen will be equal to, that is 0.07 upon 0.99 multiplied by 100. It will be around 7.7. It will be around 7.7%. Clear to you? Total if you count 7, 3, 10, 7 to 9. Okay. Now, I am moving here. Check it out. This is one of the biggest question. So, don't fear. Give me few seconds. I think you can easily solve. Now, met the table here. This is the table. What to do here? Check it out. This one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. Put here element, that is carbon and hydrogen, that is the percentage, that is around 92.3 and 7.7. Clear? And the atomic mass here, what is the atomic mass of carbon? That is 12. What is the atomic mass of hydrogen? That is 1. Now, relative number of atom, relative number of atoms, that will be equal to 92.3 upon 12 and 7.7 upon 1. It will be around 7.7. It will be around 7.7. Clear to you? Now, the simple ratio. What is the simple ratio here? This is a big question and I am here to solve such questions. Now, 7.7 divided by 7.7, 7.7 divided by 7.7, 1 and 1. So, we people can say that is empirical formula is equal to CH, because one part C and one part H. Am I right? Now we have to find the molecular formula. Clear to you? Now it's very simple. N is equal to molecular formula mass and empirical formula mass. But now the data, 10 liter it's contain 11.6 gram. As we know, 10 liter contains 11.6 gram of this gas. So 22.4 liter, that is the molar mass, will contain 22.4 multiply 11.6 divided by 10. It will give you around the value is 26, and this is the next one, that is the molecular mass, and this is the first one. I am moving here. Check it out. What I am telling, listen carefully. That is, now we have to find the value of N. N is equal to molecular formula mass and empirical formula. 26 upon here CH. What is the empirical formula mass? 12 plus 1, that is 13, divided by 13. N is equal to 2. Clear? Now we people can say molecular formula is equal to N multiply empirical formula. What is empirical formula here? CH. What is N here? 2. So put here 2. That is the formula is C2H2. Look at, this is the final. As I told you earlier, this is the acetylene gas. Clear, friend? So I am going to rub this part and moving towards the last section, that is the question number 10. This question carry 5 marks, so we need to solve each and every part of the question. Clear? Now the final question, check it out. What is the final question? Calcium carbonate react with aqueous HCl according to the reaction. Clear? What mass of CaCO3 is required to react 25 ml of 0.75 molar HCl? That is, we need to find out the mass of HCl first of all. What will happen? Here is given molarity is equal to, we people know, number of moles upon volume in ml multiply by 1000. Clear? Now what is the molarity? Sir, 0.75. We need to find the number of moles, that is put here X. Volume is given 25 multiply by 1000. Clear? We have converted ml into liter. That is 40. So X is equal to 0.75 divided by 40. This is the mass of HCl given in the question. Now, what is the reaction over here? CaCO3 plus 2 HCl, that is 2 mole HCl require 1 mole CaCO3. Clear to you? And question is what mass? Now write here, 2 mole HCl require 1 mole CaCO3, and molar mass of HCl 1 plus 35.5, that is 36.5. So 2 into 36.5 gram HCl required. What is the molar mass of CaCO3? 40 plus 12, that is 52, plus 48, that is 100 gram CaCO3. So now according to the question, 0.75 upon 40 gram HCl required. This is the value of X, that is the X is equal to 0.75, will give you how much amount? Sir, it's very simple right now, that is 100 multiply 0.75 divided by 40 upon 2 into 36.5. If you solve this entire question, then you can easily solve such kind of question. This question looks tough. Definitely it is tough because it carry 5 marks. So what I'm telling, according to the question, you have to answer. I hope now you can easily solve such kind of question. So friend, this is the last question of this session. So time has come, time to say bye-bye. Thank you so much.